welcome to the Working Dirt channel. And if you are just joining us today, we are in the middle of our LJ build with a Hemi swap. And if you want to know what happened to our previous LJ, take a look at some of our other episodes and why we're rebuilding it.
I caution you though, it's a sad moment if you watch those. Alright, but in this video, we will be showing you how we went about installing our TerraFlex motor mount brackets. And I've always been interested in this part of the build because I have never installed motor mount brackets before, but I've seen it done. And so it was a cool challenge. And you guys be the judge whether we struggle too much or too little. But it's definitely interesting, so stick around. Let's do this. So we're at Speed Auto Machine now, where he's going to take off the engine and give me a bare block so that I can bring it back with the tranny and then take the bare block and tranny and mount my motor mounts. Yeah, I should say. Yep. Stay.
Yeah.
She's a fat pig. Don't worry, she'll stay. Thank you very much. All right, so we don't have the luxury of a nice winch on a trailer, so that'll come soon when I build more Jeeps of yours. And so we're gonna use a little roponometry here and just rely on a little friction to roll her right back into our shop. So Tara, get off the camera and now get ready to steer the Jeep into the shop. Stand behind it. What we're gonna do right now is we need to take some weight off this, or lift this transmission up a little bit. We'll use this hoist right here to lift it up.
Oh, not the cherry picker.
Well, we're gonna use the cherry picker to pick up the empty block.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll lift the tranny, and then we'll have the cherry picker holding the engine block, and then that way they're both suspended and we can bolt them together.
Okay.
So, let's see. That's the top. Put the bolts through here, so you want to line those bolt holes.
Those bolts that side.
Yeah, with these locations right here on the bell house. So what you're going to want to do is pick this up by putting a chain. You can put a chain through these like 2 cylinders or my straps and get it to, you know,
balance.
Level. Yeah, find a way. Chains are nice, and I'll show you why. Because you can hook them to get different height. Imagine you used to have to pump your water like this. Got enough for today. Back out tomorrow and pump some more.
Is that what it reminds you of? Pumping water?
Yep. Not from the old school. there's 4 bolts that hold this transmission mount on to the belly pan. Alright, so we don't want to lose these. Sometimes you got to put it back on.
Get it off.
Or just a little bit, and then you. There we go. So now the whole thing should lift up and
Okay.
bring the bracket with it.
Do you need to put that one thing back in? One little screw?
I don't know, I could put it back in, I guess. Because you don't ever want to, that's like, you don't want to forget about it.
Yeah.
It's okay in construction to forget about a screw here and there, but on dynamic moving objects that you might have your family in,
Yeah.
probably don't want to take that.
Safety first.
Lifting heavy things is always somewhat cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scared of something snapping.
Yeah. You make that look light.
Probably. Three. Okay, really.
3.
So we finally were able to get the transmission mounted with our mock-up block, a nice block that my engine builder let us use. It's actually not nice, it's cracked. But we attached the motor mount brackets to the motor, and the frame side of the motor mount brackets we just have loosely attached, just barely snug. And what we're gonna do now is set the engine and transmission into place by lining up the holes in our belly transmission mount pan, and then we're gonna set it down, and then the reference measurement we're gonna use from TerraFlex is 29-inch measurement from the face of your motor mount bracket to the cross member up here, and then 28.5 inches from this side to the front of the cross member mount up here. So we're gonna start lowering it and then tacking these in place where we feel that the engine is nice and square, and finish gusseting it in and making it, you know, nice and strong and boxed in. So these straps seem to come in handy when you're trying to level something. So we're going to try to put them on a corner of this block because the block's sinking to the right. And if we lower this, it's just going to make these brackets sink more. So we want to lift this side and lower this side. So we're going to try with these straps, see if they can come in handy here. About 3/16 tighter here.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's tighter here, then it should go down, back this way, and yeah. So like, let's see. Did you snug these bolts? I forget.
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean the
this is a plane.
Yeah.
Nice and flat,
Yeah.
and then this is a plane.
Yeah.
So if we flush it up to this edge right here, we can take measurements for both things.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? So what we'll use, the tallest thing, I'll get my other bar clamps. We're ready to tack the motor mounts in. Well, not quite just yet. I took a measurement according to the instructions on TerraFlex that said your bracket should be from the cross member to the bracket 28.5 inches on the driver's side and 29 inches on the passenger side. And we're getting 29 5/8. And so that's an inch over what the recommendation is. And of course, I got the answer I was probably expecting to get, because the guy said, yeah, it's probably custom fab. And of course, in this world, we know that it is always that. So, but what I'm gonna do, besides shaving our bracket plates so that they sit nice and flush, I'm gonna run a level, which I've already done, but I'll show you. We'll run a level on the face plane of this block to make sure that we're square with this cross member or parallel with this, and then we're also, you know, parallel with the whole frame. So we're gonna do that before we tack, but right now we need to shave a little off our front brackets so that the back brackets will sit nice and flush. As you can see, there's like a little space under there, so we want to come forward a little bit, and those will touch nice, and I think we'll be good. And I'm also comparing this to our old frame, but unfortunately one side I can't compare because that was the crunched in side. So. Finally, we have a level frame, a level block, and a level setup here. We used every fine tool you can imagine from the construction side of working dirt. As much as I would like fine snap-on tools, maybe down the road we will get them. But nonetheless, there's no exact instructions on how to mount your block or set up your block to weld in your motor mount. So we got everything level and true based off the front of this block. And so now I'm going to use some flux core, believe it or not, because my big MIG is not close enough. I need to make a longer extension for it. But flux will do just for tacking our motor brackets in place. And then I know when you're tweaking your block around to be perfect, it might be under a little load in the rubber, and then as soon as you take it out, it's gonna be hard to get the motor back in. So I tried to tap a little left and right just to relieve a little pressure. So hopefully these bolts will go in nice and snug next time. But it's time to tack because it took like a couple hours just to get everything all set and perfect. So here we go. All right, it's time to finish welding the motor mounts in. We got them tacked in, but now we have to finish welding them and add some gusseting. And I am not a MIG certified welder, so all you certified welders out there, please bite your tongue. I'm gonna do the best I can. I know penetration when I see it, and that's what I'm going for. And hopefully it looks pretty clean, so let's get after it.
until we actually drop the motor in.
And that's true. But if it doesn't go in, we'll find a way to make it go in. Right?
Well, yeah.
All right. But we hope you guys like it. Look forward to our next episode where we will be prepping the frame for paint. And Tara, anything else?
Thank you for your viewership because it helps us give back to veterans, trails, and charities each quarter.
Awesome. Thank you guys. See you at the next one. Okay.